You can get it at any time. You are not starving to earn. You are not starving to do business. Money is flowing. You are financially having a freedom in finances. So when you get the financial freedom, a person who is in financial freedom is a person we call those people who have built wealth in their life. Money works for them at any particular time. When seated at their home, when not doing anything, money is earning.
The work is continuous.
I'll give an example. One of the mobile app of transport. The people who made those apps are not in Uganda. Most of them have come from Boston and which other country? You can name them. But you can see if you're moving around Uganda, people have the app on their phone. They just press the app. After pressing the app, they call for a car to come and pick from their home and move to where they are going to work, drops there, picks another client to another destination, picks another client to another destination. The person who made this app right now is under what we call financial freedom. Money is flowing. He's seated, but people in Uganda are struggling to buy cars and make for him money as they also earn.
Everyone who has a small car, they want to register.
Everyone who has a small car,
have a fast car.
To have an app, bodabodas will register, to have an app, medium cars will register, to have an app, and he doesn't know those who are fighting to register in any country. What he does, he goes to the country, attains the license, and he markets somehow, not too much. Those people, they market themselves. At the end of the day, they market themselves. You come to this app, you come to this app, you make money. So as they market themselves, they are making money for the initiator. The initiator sat down and did few things to that business. You may find that that business at the end of the day is bringing billions of money worldwide. But the business which is bringing billions of money, it was started as a phone app. So a phone app is generating money to the person who is seated in Boston. So that person is financially, has a financial freedom. In simple words, being financially or having a freedom in finances is when life is soft for you.
So instead of you get a prominent saying that yes. Is that when we reach financial freedom?
Yes.
Now, we are looking at saving and investment.
Yeah.
And when we are talking about financial freedom, as soon as the two things came in.
Yes.
That's why I wanted us to start from the end point.
And we're going to finish again from there.
So you realize that somewhere the explanation investment came, and then saving came. But now, if we are to look at savings individually or in isolation, you realize that everyone has their own perspective on saving. Everyone has their own way of saving, and everyone has, everyone has their own explanation.
I always want to correct that. That when it comes to finances, it is not only save, but it is save, invest, multiply, build, work.
Now that is why I want us to go. That what is intentional saving? That it is to investment and then multiplication and then wealth building. Yes.
In intentional saving, these are the savings which people make. Now I'm going to describe the way people save locally and what can be the way we should save in finance. Today, if you find different people, everyone in this country, everyone is saving something. Everyone is saving something every day. Says, let me put here my money. Let me put here my money. Let me put here my money. But what I want to correct before we move on is you shouldn't save money to buy things you are going to use tomorrow. But you should save money to buy things which can add value on you.
You need to draw more light on that.
You get that? Things which can add value on you. If they are levels of saving, but if you are still saving to have food in the next month, then your financial status is still bad. If you are still saving money in the year at home, then you are bad off. You are not actually saving.
There is mentally balance at the top and their base.
Those things, people who are watching us on family TV, I think they should leave them for our young children. This one whom we are teaching, that if you save this money, can buy something bigger at the end of the day, and you get this money, you buy for him a suit for Christmas. Because for them, they are excited on those functions. Excited on Christmas, excited on fast, excited on Easter, excited on those big days. Because it is when people see them out. But as people who are aiming to change our life, when we are talking about finances here, we are talking about finances to change our life. We are not only talking about finances, yes, like that. You see, sometimes I hear people talking about finances and they say, if you rich, it is your mindset. True, the mindset can tell you that you are rich. But what does the public speak about you? Yes. What does your pocket speak about you? What does your children speak about you when you're home? They ask you something you cannot provide, and your mindset is telling them that you are rich, telling yourself that you are rich, and you cannot provide for your children.
There is a process to live by faith, not by sight.
There is a problem. Which problem must be addressed.
Okay.
You know, we are on Christian station.
Yes.
We must talk the truth. And how are people here that there is a problem which we need to address? When we are talking about saving today, people should know, because saving comes between your income and your expenses. So you should know that today there is a thing which says that true money does not grow on a tree, but money is invested and built to multiply. So people should know that their savings today, is something we must be intentional, something we must change their life. So the intentionality to change their life must be into their mind that they are saving this money, but this money must do something to change my life. That's why I believe in save, invest, build wealth.
So someone would say that, for example, they have their piggy bank at home, and they're intentionally keeping their money there to maybe start up some small outlet, some kiosk somewhere. But you say that you should not put savings when that money you put in your jet can.
No, your jet can is not monitoring the money you have. It is just a matter of a surprise. That at the end of the day, you're going to break this jet can, and you get surprised that maybe I have my 200,000 there. Maybe I have my 400,000 there. But the saving we are meaning, or we are talking about is, Edrine, you are earning 1 million shillings. You are paying the tax of 10% on your money. Your remaining is 90%. After remaining with 90%, you have money which you have to use on your needs. Needs as Edrine. You have your personal needs. Address the needs. Use that money on your needs. You have the money which you have to eat as you, without your family. Edrine, you one working to feed your family. So you have that money, the percentage you have to eat as you to feed yourself, to look good. Yourself to go to some places, even when your family is not there. And you see that Edrine, you're working, you go to a place and you eat and you to satisfy yourself. You bought the suit you want, because that's what you want as yourself. Then there is what we call money, which goes for wants. Wants are the things you can avoid in your life. You can go without them. Someone is having a wedding. Because your friend has paid 2 million, you are also struggling to get 2 million. That's not your level. Look where you can manage and pay that money, what you can manage. Don't beat it around his life, because you're making your life look good and be better. So the ones are the things you can go without. If you don't have that money, tell the friend, I don't have the money today. Or tell the committee, I'll try my best, but truly I don't have the money. You get that? I will act in any other thing to come. You are helping yourself. And if the chairperson of that wedding understands that Edrine is a good giver and he has not just give, he has failed to give the money because he has something, he is planning the better, that person is good. Then you have the money to save. You get that? I always tell people that the formula is very easy and simple. You are earning $1 million. Give 10%. Give your tithes to God. Remove some money for the offering. Which can be like 5% of that money. That is already 15%. Give the 5%. Give charity to other people. Because there is a blessing there. You removed already. That is 20%. Save 20% of that money.
So you have 60.
You have 60. Put 20% in the wants.
You have 40.
Put 40% in the needs. Very simple formula. Once you give it 20%, and if the 20% of the wants is done, don't reduce your budget. Even if someone is coming and is dying, don't pick it with your budget. Unless you give that person, the immediate person of that person, your wife, your child, your mother, your brother, the people who are attached to you, and use that money as a loan. You get that? Use that money as a loan. Work hard to pay the 20%, you use this as a loan. Because if you didn't have that money, you would go to a friend and say, you know what? My child is not good. What can we do? Can you help me with the 200,000 and I take to the hospital? Or you would go to the nearby hospital where you always go and tell the doctor, I don't have money, but my child is sick. Can you treat out the later? So this money, make sure that the 20% is saved. One thing I discovered with people is the reason I discourage saving in the jerry can, in the boxes, in the what. We have ways of saving money today. We can help people to grow that money, however small it is. I don't believe you having money seated on your account and it is not adding you any value of that money. I also don't believe you putting money in the jerry can and I cannot add you anything with that money, because that's our wastage. Yet we have areas where you can put that money, small as it is, and it grow that money. Every coin that grows on your money, it makes a sense to build wealth on that money. So people should aim. Today we have good accounts like there's no saving account, like in NSSF, insurance, and some banks. Once you have money to around 4 million, you can fix that money for 1 year, and they add you something 8% to 11%, from 8 to 11%, depending on the bank, depending on the insurance company. I think right now, those trustees in NSSF is still better now. It is still better because it has been working some good money, and it has very many people with shareholders, with shares, so it has some good money. I can encourage people to go and save with the NSSF 1 year 1 year, and you get your 13% of that money. For them, they don't look at how much you've saved, but every small coin you have, you can save at your home. You use even your phone. You deposit money, you forget, 1 year, you go and you withdraw your money, and you put in something. When in the beginning I told you, I don't believe in just hiding money. Hiding money, hiding money, hiding money. Today people hide money, and what they can buy next, you find him after hiding money, he's going to buy suits. And you ask, why did you have this money to buy the suit? What did the suit add on you? If you are not at that level or putting on that suit, remain in that shirt. Don't copy and think to grow your status by desiring those people you see in the suits, in the ties, desire to get there by asking God to help you to grow your money. So look for something after saving that money. Look for something which can help you to grow this money. Any business of your passion, any business which you love most, look around. Try to do this business, multiply this money, use the interest to buy the things you want to buy. But the problem we see people today, most of them, meaning we are the biggest percentage, the biggest percentage of people who are saving money, little money, who are earning little money and saving little money, they earn, save, and they consume. I'll give an example. If you move around Uganda, you'll find that most people in village and in town, they have small circles of people. They save money to buy meat during Christmas. They save money to get the money they will use during Christmas. That's not a good culture. The culture should change. That if we are saving money today, we have a small group, we are saving money today. Are we going to use this money to buy a goat and roast on Christmas or Easter? Or we should use this money to invest and buy land? You get that? We have small circles or professional people here in Kampala and along Uganda. You find that they are saving money, but the money they are saving, they wait to get small loans within themselves. Within themselves. Yet there are some circles which are serious. They begin with zero, and they attain, they get a lot of land somewhere. They begin growing their money. Don't save money to accumulate on your account. Save money to invest in something and grow that money.
Let's take a short commercial break. When we return, we are going to start from there and see how saving and investment can lead to financial freedom, because that should be the end goal, financial freedom. We are coming back shortly. this is Family Hour, empowering families on episode at a time. And of course, today is our Wednesday edition where we talk about finances. And today we are looking at saving, investment, and how this leads to financial freedom. That is the end goal. Like I said before the break, that we are aiming at achieving financial freedom and not only saving, not only investing without purpose, because probably that is why you realize that people are investing and then after 4 months they sell this particular shop on Goodwill, and then someone said, there's a TikTok video that was funny, that if you can maintain a shop, a textile shop, for 6 months, then you can equally be a good midwife. Therefore, if you have achieved that, and go to, I think they're referring to Malaga, go to Malaga and tell them, I can be a midwife. Why? Because I've maintained, but I mean, this comes as a joke, but we've seen very many businesses out there being sold off on Goodwill. We've seen very many businesses out there closing. The business owner started with a lot of ambitions, and then the business closes. What causes that? Why does this? What limits this person from achieving the financial freedom out of their investment? So, Mr. Bwire, coming back from the break, we exhaustively looked at saving, and you encourage people to invest. There is a prominent saying that take a cent or whatever. So probably that is. But when we combine the two, we save, we've invested. How then can we achieve the financial freedom so that we do not get into the other areas that people are living of selling your business on Goodwill? Because it is rare to pass through town here and you don't find a shop on sale on Goodwill.
You know what brings all that? It's something which is very simple. People begin business without knowing how to run that business. So at the end of the day, they are just trying what a friend told him to do. So is what he is trying to do. There's a saying which says, if you don't know where you are going, you end up in the wrong road. Like when you just wake up in the morning and you say you're going to Kampala and you don't know where Kampala is. Let's give an example. You're staying in Kireka and you get the route of the list. You may end up in Tororo. Yet you are supposed to come to Kampala. So that's where we get those people in business. You just get excited and you invest your money to something you don't know, to something you are not doing, to something you are not aware of, to something you don't know how it brings money. So you begin because you went somewhere and a friend talked about it, how it is bringing a lot of money to him or to her. So you also get your money and invest in the same business. You don't know the tax the other friend is using to get money from this business. So at the end of the day you fail. Because you get excited, one, because you have money, two, you will not mind about the location and the people who are buying those stuff where you invested money, because every business, it has where it works from. They in Kampala, if you brought a shop selling, let me say, TV in Owino market, your chances of selling are minimum. But if you took onions to Owino and old second-hand clothes to Owino, you get market easily. So there is that confusion which comes into the people because they don't know where to put the money. So they have no focus. They end up putting the money where it's not supposed to be. So I would urge the people who are saying us that after saving your money, before you use that money, or before you invest that money, look where to invest the money by having what we call a financial plan. Make a financial plan for yourself. and say, as we started, by taking off the savings. If your money is little, I cannot make you get where you want to be. I always tell this to people, find the like-minded people, like you, in your environment. Find 10 people, sell them the idea, tell them we are all like how we are. No one is looking good, no one is doing well. But we are earning this little money. Can we begin saving some little money together as a group? Imagine if 10 people, each of them are saving 100,000. That is 1 million in 1 month. If they are saving for 1 year, that's 12 months. That's how much? Around 120 million. So if 10 people are saving 120 million, just 100,000, 120 million can get for you a very good asset, even here within Kampala. We can begin giving you some good return of money. By the end of the second year, or the third year, and the fifth year, the deposit that is 100,000, you will be very rich. But sometimes you are rich. We get something, we stick with that something, and we become rich. We don't want to bring it out to other people. We don't want to share it to other people. We don't want to do it with other people. We want to do it as ourselves. So we end in that accumulated poverty onto us. So if you sold that idea to a friend, and you sold to another friend, and you sold to another friend, instead of collecting money to buy a cow, which you're going to slaughter on Christmas and eat, and your money ceases from there. Save that money, invest in something which will bring in money. At the end of the day, you're going to build what we call generation wealth, which will be transferred to your children, and your children will know that our dad did something for us. People who get rich, people who get wealthy quickly, these are people who have some mind, or people who are around them. They don't do these things alone, but they have people who are around them. Like their money moves within themselves. You find someone who has been very poor, but at the end of the day, the circle they are in is a circle of people who have a rich, minded kind of group. So it will back him up to make what he wants to do. So to that point, I also eliminate some people from other groups. Check your groups today. Some
the social groups?
Yeah. Check your groups today. Some group wake up early in the morning, and what you can find on your phone is a TikTok or someone dancing. And you ask yourself, what does this one help you to grow? Very early in the morning, that he has sent you something to laugh. You get that? That's why we are wasting a lot of time. Because at least you have sent you a script which cautions you about the saving, about money, about investment, about something which can pull your idea from. That mindset, you grow in to elevate that mindset to another mindset. When you watch it and you say, people are doing this, can I also do this? If I do this, can it help me to grow? So we need such lines of mindset that early in the morning people will not only wake up to someone who is dancing, will not wake up to the mad people in some market somewhere, will not wake up to something which is not doing well, but will wake up to something which will elevate the mindset to help that person grow his mindset to where he's going. So when we are talking about savings, investment, and growing your wealth, I always tell people to look at their income and look at their expenses. So we have two things at the end of the day. We have the income, we have the expenses. Income is the money you get. Is the money you get every month. Sit down, calculate. If the month went well, how much can you earn? Not only based on your salary. Today, when you move around, you find that people are earning money more than when they get at their jobs. You move around, someone comes in your office and gives you money. When you accumulate that money, you put it aside. You move somewhere, you do something where someone gives you money. Put that money somewhere. So at the end of the month, ask yourself, how much have you earned? So after earning that money, put the money together and know that this money is supposed to be used on needs, saving, ties, wants will come last. If you don't have money to do any other thing, wants will come last. If it is emanating, eliminate it. If there are immediate people within your party, within your group, tell them you don't have money. And it is clear, tell them you don't have money, you saved that money. Let them know you saved that money and call you whatever they can call. But if it is an understanding group, they will realize that this money is a wise person. So after, calm down and identify where are the expenses which takes this money. The problem we have, or the challenge we have today is people have expenses before knowing their income. People get expenses before knowing their income. I say they create. Yeah, they create. Why do you go to an expensive house before knowing what you earn and sustain that house? Why do you go for a car loan before knowing that what you can sustain that? So we need to avoid big expenses. If we avoid the big expenses, which are unnecessary on our side, we will eliminate the wastage and we will have money to save. But today you will find that someone who is earning 1 million is using 1.8 in this month before he gets salary at the end of the month. So by the time he gets salary of 1 million, it is going to pay this, and he will remain with the outstanding debt of 800,000. The outstanding debt of 800,000 will look somewhere else where he's going to borrow this money, because he promised all this group of people that I'm earning my salary on Saturdays. So he's going to look where to get again this money to pay these people. So when we kill this culture of over-anticipating the expenses, we will kill the generational poverty which follows that. We just need to kill the culture of over-anticipating the expenses and bring in the culture of saving. Save more, eat less, use less.
This is a problem with eating. But the other concern is people choose to save and invest at different levels of life.
Yes.
But what would be the appropriate time for someone to start the journey of saving and investment?
There is no appropriate time.
Yeah.
They say that little by little makes a bundle. Even if you are earning 100,000, you can save all that money and do something big. Even if you are earning, let me say 50,000, you can save that money and do something big. That one takes me back to what I've just explained. Cut your expenses, make your expenses less, and save more. Eat less, save more. You get that? So, don't use what you don't have. Just say, I don't use what you don't have. If it means walking, walk. Walking is hard. Walk some distance. Even if you're walking something like 3 kilometers, walk. I wanted to tell people one of the stories that I used to go to some church in Nigeria. But sometimes I do not have money. what I did, I didn't want to ask people to give me money. But I could put on my suit well, I put on my tie, and walk from Tedeka to Makere to go and pray. Yes. Walk from Makere to go and pray. What I used to do, which is different, is that if cars are coming from this side, right hand side, I'll move to the left hand side. And when I move to the left hand side, I will not show that I'm on a journey going somewhere. I'll move as if
you're within.
I'm within.
It's something you're looking at.
Something I'm looking at. So if everyone who knows me finds me in a cover,
In your suit.
in my suit, how are you? I'm good. I'm looking for something here. Edrine will move away and continue with my journey. By the end of the day, I'll be in Makere and I'll pray. The people who see me in church, they will see me in a suit, in a tie. But they will not realize that I'm moved a distance from Kireka to Makere. And during that time, I think transport from Kireka to town was just 500 shillings, and from town to Makere 500 shillings. That's 1K. That's 2,000. So, in life, those things happen, but you have to know that you are making a life which is better than what you want to live tomorrow, or than what you are living today. If you don't realize that, and you are just making life, those are the people you find complaining. They are witching me, they don't like me, may I have things, a lot of things, forest following me from my head. I have many things, but if you check that person, is lack or planning. Everyone has ever had something or an opportunity to live a better life in his or her means. But we sometimes misuse that time, we sometimes misuse that opportunity, and when it goes away, that's when we realize that, oh, I had an opportunity to live good, but I misused it. And those are the people you find staying in church every time, every day, asking for miracles. Miracles don't come to glorify your name. Miracles comes to glorify God. So we should stop those issues and begin to do things in the principles of God. The Bible is clear. It says, I will bless the works of your hands. Work, God will bless you. Move out of your house, go to your office, go to the workplace, and ask God for that blessing. After getting the blessing, save the money. If you are alone and you don't have people around you, look for a group of people who have the lives of the mind, save and have something you want to put in that money. Grow that money and you will do well.
Thank you so much. As we wind up this discussion, your time is almost but there's one more constant. When you were giving us the percentages, there was nothing to do with miscellaneous. But there are uncertainties that come along, things that you never prepared for, and then they come along. How do you handle such uncertainties that come through unbudgeted form?
Miscellaneous is an old language. In finance, we don't have anything like miscellaneous. It is not there. Miscellaneous is not there. If we are having, or we are putting the accounting basis, miscellaneous is not there. So you either have a cash a cash budget which is balanced or unbalanced budget.
So in other words, you don't plan for what you're not sure will happen.
You don't plan for things you don't know. But in the percentage of the ones can cater for some of those things. Because these are just ones. They come, but they are not part of the needs. So use that budget of the ones to cater for those things. But if your budget for ones is done, the money you keep for saving, keep it for saving. Don't borrow, to spend on miscellaneous things.
Give us the closing remarks.
I would like to thank the Family TV for the opportunity which they give most of us come and teach, to come and train the people, to come and talk to people, to come and build our nation for the cause of growing their money, not only their money but making them all shine into their life. One of the things which transforms people's life is money. This is a very great opportunity, and this is a good program which is mentoring very many people there outside. They are learning, and most of them are doing well. So I would like to thank Family TV for such a ministry which they put in place to see that people are being involved and are being encouraged to do something which is better into their life. I also want to thank the people who are watching us. You are doing great following us. I see you looking for me on Facebook and asking how we can help. But keep following us every Wednesday. Even if I'm not the one in the studio, I know Family TV will bring in someone who is well versed with finances, who knows how the things work. So keep following us every Wednesday on the family issues, and you are going to change your life, and your life will never remain the same. We continue to pray for you. We continue to say that may the Almighty God bless you and grow your finances.
Amen. Thank you so much, Mr. Bwire, and to everyone. I also say thank you so much for watching us. You are the reason we come here every day, Monday to Friday, with the family hour. Edrine Mukalazi is my name. I've worked with Jonan, Mugwe Jonan, I was about to learn myself into issues. Jonan, and then Limas in transmission, and the entire team. We wish you a blessed night.